Hi Aries, this is your September 2023 horoscope. This is for Aries rising or for an Aries sun. Either one is applicable. The sort of heaviness that you felt towards the end of August is thankfully over at the beginning of September, specifically on September 3rd, because the sun will stop its opposition to Saturn. So this sort of heaviness and dampness that you felt, maybe a feeling like a dampness on your aliveness, on your vitality, on your energy, should thankfully go away, and you should feel like you have a lot more energy starting in September. On September 4th, we also have Venus going direct. So all of the reconsiderations that you have been doing around your creativity, around your hobbies, perhaps you've stopped dating in August when Venus went retrograde, can now commence again. So see if there's anything that you learned in the last month and try to take those findings away with you. So you're gonna start re-emerging into the world again, expressing yourself, right? The fifth house, and hopefully having a little bit more fun. On September 5th, so right after Venus goes direct, we have Jupiter going retrograde. And Jupiter going retrograde for you would mean a great time to take a step back and re-examine how you make money and how you support yourself. And especially seeing that you just came out of a Venus retrograde where you were reconsidering the things that you love, the things that make you happy, how you express yourself. Take a look if there is something you learned there, if there's something you learned about your hobbies that could also be applicable in how you support yourself and in how you make money. There's no need to take any big actions right now, but just take it as a moment to really reflect and see how can you adjust, how can you grab new opportunities that maybe you didn't consider before when it comes to earning money. I would suggest while you're doing this not to take any big actions, and especially not to share any of the reflecting that you're going on with others. This is because Mercury is retrograde, but also because around the middle of the month, Mercury will be opposing Saturn. So you might find that the way you express yourself is not enthusiastic enough. It has a little bit of a damper on it, a little bit negative, perhaps. So if you have to do any speaking around this time in the middle of September, see if you can adjust it and do it towards the second half of September, on September 16th, when Mercury goes direct again. In the middle of the month, September 15th, you also have a new moon in your house of health routines. So this is an amazing time actually in September if you want to start up a new routine, maybe a new morning routine, you want to start going back to the gym again or trying out a new sport, then September would be a wonderful time to do this, and you might find that it goes a little bit easier than usual. The whole month for you, Aries, Mars is in your relationship house. So you might find in September that your partner is a little bit passionate, maybe angry, a little bit more on the edge. So just keep in mind it's because Mars is in there, and try not to let too much of your fighter spirit show as well. It might not lead to a very good working combination with your partner. And especially on September 23rd, Mars will be conjunct the South Node. So you might find on this day that you and your partner are especially triggering each other with some old wounds or some old limiting beliefs that you have. So just be really kind and really considerate on September 23rd. And finally, we're closing off the month with a full moon in Aries in your sign. So as you're closing off the month, I highly suggest to take some time and let go of things that no longer serve you. Let go of things that no longer feel like you anymore, right? You just went through a Venus retrograde where you considered what it means to express yourself, what your hobbies, your passions, the things that make you alive are. So now that you have this full moon in Aries, it's a good time to say these things that I exhibit, that I show of myself, who I am. These parts don't actually serve me anymore. And the end of September will be a great time to let them go. It will actually come a little bit more naturally. So I hope you're excited for September, Aries. Overall, I think it's a really nice month, focusing on establishing a new work and health routine, focusing on reimagining some ways of making money, and of course, trying to be kind and understanding with your partners.